what it is, man. Detroit versus everybody, man. Detroit, we rep the hardest, man. We gain the hardest. You know what it is, man. Detroit, CJ, holla at your boy when we get home.
Don't forget to check out our sponsor, The Health Blaze, at thehealthblaze.com. 100% all natural products from lotions, soaps, foot soaks, bath bombs, and much, much more. Use the promo code Goodfella1Boxing. Tell them your boy CJ Goodfella sent you. Get 18% off. We out. All right, let's talk about Kell Brook and the situation with Crawford, Pacquiao, and Yordenis, Ugas. So I'm gonna let you guys know what's going on. Straight from the plug, straight from PBC and top rank side of the street. Let you know what's going on, man. So I don't think anybody really thought it was going to be Manny Pacquiao. They started talking about Golovkin, and Mikey was supposed to be the topic of conversation. So I don't know what's going on with Pacquiao, but I do know there is no negotiations going on. It sounds like Bob might have just been clout chasing with Pacquiao, or Pacquiao might have just been playing Bob Arum. But some interesting news coming about Kell Brook right now. But hey, hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. Want to make a donation to the channel? That's what it donate for me. Share the video, man. But if you want to make a donation, Cash App, PayPal description. But share the video. It's the best way you can help me out. So right now, it seems like Kell Brook don't want it. Even after Kell Brook saying, I got to beat Crawford once, I'll beat him again. Sound like Kell Brook is trying to find a way outside of the fights. And it doesn't surprise me. A lot of people don't know WBO made Kell Brook #1 at 154 to fight Jaime Munguia. And he pulled out of them negotiations. So Bob Arum and Eddie Hearn is trying to make a fight. But Kell Brook don't want to make the fight. So I don't know if it's the weight, if it's the money, or if it's fighting without the fans. They got to pay Crawford his minimum of 3.5. He said he's not moving off of that 3.5. And they also need Crawford right now. And they two aces, Lomachenko and Fury, 3 aces. They need them more than now ever because then ratings ain't looking too good on Top Rank ESPN. I think the Gabriel Flores fight did like 320,000 or something like that. So they can't afford not to come up with Crawford money. And people talking about, well, Crawford, you got to understand he got to take a pay cut. All right, y'all boy was on with Brian Custer. Somebody sent me the video. He's still hating on Bud. I'll be glad when they catch up to him and beat his ass, and give him an Omaha 2 stump. But Bailey Sackback said it the best. He said it on with Custer yesterday. He said if it's up to Crawford. Crawford earned the right to move how he want to move. It's for his livelihood. His life is on the line. He could do what the fuck he want to do. And I agree with that. But, at the end of the day, they got to pay Crawford what they're going to pay. Crawford suffered. That's what people understand. Crawford suffered fighting, for a little bit of nothing. So I'm not knocking somebody who's standing on their principles. Even if I don't understand or agree with their principles, I'm not knocking them. So right now, Kell Brook, I don't know if it's the money ain't right. But right now, they negotiations ain't going too good. And, at the end of the day, people could say, oh, it's Bob Arum, being cheap. But Kell Brook has a reputation for pulling out of fights. He was supposed to fight Jaime Munguia for the WBO 54-pound belt. He ducked Jaime Munguia. So we know Eddie Hearn wants to do Liam Smith. He want to do that in his backyard. Eddie Hearn is supposed to be doing fights in his backyard with a ring in the backyard. Sound like some plantation shit to me. But that's what he want to do. So he really wanted to do Liam Smith and Kell Brook. So why would Eddie Hearn, do anything for less than what they really they want when he could do an in-house fight with Liam Smith and Kell Brook and keep all the money and not share shit with Bob Arum? And we know that with Kell Brook and Eddie Hearn, it ain't about accolades. It ain't about straps. It's about money. They moved up 2 weight classes to fight Golovkin instead of unifying with Jesse Vargas over some money, which that destroyed his whole career. Had he beat Jesse Vargas, he would have got Pacquiao, and we would have made that money back tenfold. But they don't use their brain. Kell Brook is always looking for more victories. He always looking for the easy way out. Real talk. Except when he fought Errol, but guess what? He had a moral victory. He had an excuse to lose to Errol. Oh, I got beat up by Golovkin. Nobody tell you to go up there and fight Golovkin. You could have went to got that WBO belt, and Errol could have been WBO IBF champion right now. Then he could have collected the WBC belt. He could have beat 3. He could have held 3 belts. But Kell Brook didn't. Kell Brook wanted to go fight Golovkin, and like I said before, people say, "Oh, the eye injury is why Kell Brook lost." Kell Brook lost because Errol Spence stepped that pace up, and he couldn't handle that pace. Eye, leg, foot, ass, head injury. He couldn't fight at that pace. That's one of the major reasons. Also the weight cut. But even if he was fresh, maybe he would have more success. But he just didn't have enough gas in the tank to hang with Jermaine with Errol Spence. But right now they saying that Kell Brook don't want it. He being difficult in negotiations, and he known to do that. Go through his history. Devin Alexander, we'll go way back. Mike Jones, who? I think he got knocked out by Randall Bailey for the IBF belt. Never heard from Mike Jones again. He was like a 6'2" welterweight. Then Randall Bailey ended up getting outboxed by Devin Alexander in the clinch fest of the year, Muhammad Ali style. Then Devin Alexander, I think, beat Marcos Maidana for that very same IBF belt. People forgot that. He ended up breaking his nose, and they gave him some painkillers. He got addicted to painkillers. He's supposed to fight Kell Brook. Kell Brook pulled out. He was supposed to fight the Masonic Temple. Kell Brook pulled out again the same day that Ishai Smith won his title versus K9. I was there that night. You know, he pulled out of that fight. Devin and Kell was supposed to be the main event. So then Kell just kept pulling out, not wanting to fight Devin Alexander. Sean Porter stepped in at the Barclays Center. They asked Timothy Bradley, how did you beat Devin Alexander? Kenny Porter used that game plan. They beat Devin Alexander. He had addiction at the time, too. It ended up coming out later on. That's how Sean got the belt. Then Kell Brook was supposed to fight Sean. He pulled out. Kell Brook supposed to fight Sean again. He pulled out. Kell Brook supposed to fight Sean again. If I remember, proves me correct, Sean Porter had a minor injury. Then they ended up fighting. So Kell Brook got a history of pulling out and negotiation and wasting people's time and money drawing up these contracts. So, you know, it don't surprise me. Kell Brook is not confident. He don't keep that same energy that he keep while he talking and running up on people. And during the pandemic, you already know. You got one fighter that say, I ain't going to the UK. I'm the champion. I got a belt. I've been to the UK. I won the belt, the very same belt at lightweight. You already know he not taking a pay cut. You already know it's not going to sell on pay-per-view. So, like I said before, don't seem beta male Kell Brook don't want to fight nobody. You know, and if he can't make the weight, then I understand that. You know, if enough money during the pandemic ain't enough for you to make the weight, I get it. So go fight Liam Smith. Nobody holding their head down. Nobody mad at Kell Brook. You can't be mad at somebody that you already know what their reputation is. I only can be shocked if you do something that's outside of his reputation. So, like I said, go fight Liam Smith. You probably going to lose that fight. You probably could win that fight. He ain't shit. You ain't shit at this point of your career. So, you know, maybe next year, you know, if Crawford ain't got nobody else to fight, when fans are allowed back in, hopefully at some point next year, you and Crawford can get it on. You know, but remember, people were saying that, sorry, my neck, tripping this morning. But remember, people said last year, you know, our favorite local dummy boxing member community was saying, yeah, man, he don't want to fight. He don't want to fight Kell Brook, man. You know, he ducking Kell Brook. You heard what Derek James? Yeah, man. You know, the general here, General Child. Yeah, Derek James, right. You know, you know, Kell Brook would be his toughest fight. You know, who he beat, man? Who he beat? Yeah, man, he ain't beat nobody. Errol out here just bang, boom, bang, whoop, 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 knocking niggas out, man. So you already know what they were saying. You had the Maniac. Oh, he's stuck in Kell Brook and this, that. Not that they thought the fight was close to being made. Now they was back to diminishing Kell Brook before the fight even happened. They the very same thing that they was built to destroy. Ain't that something when you live long enough to see yourself become the villain in my Heath Ledger voice? When you don't have no principles and first you're supposed to be pro-black, but then you shitting on Clarissa. You know what I'm saying? First you're supposed to be against, you know, the bigotry in boxing, you become the bigotry. It's crazy, man. And that's how it worked, man. But remember, he was ducking Kell Brook. You know, he ducking Kell Brook. Now that they thought the fight was going to be made, which it still could be made, but it don't sound like it's going to be made from what I heard. It's a little bit difficult to get done. And I heard that from both sides of the streets. You know, now all of a sudden, oh, you know, Kell Brook ain't nothing, man. And they want to diminish him. I be laughing at people, man. I entertained people on Twitter yesterday, man. Entertain them, but, you know, it is what it is, man. They see how fickle they is. Oh, he didn't want to pay Kell Brook, right? He was ducking Kell Brook. Watch how the narrative continue to change. Man, what StubHub TV say? They need to take his advice, bro. StubHub TV say, get the hate out your chest, man. You always yelling this shit like, damn, nigga. Get the hate out your chest. Get the hate out your chest. He right, man. Get that hate out your chest. Tell Mr. Hawthorne, get the hate out his chest. You like his mucus. Get the hate out your chest. Listen to StubHub, man. Get the hate out your chest, man. You know, y'all hating another black man like that. Ain't that crazy, dog? You know, get the hate out your chest. I agree with StubHub TV, man. Get that hate out y'all niggas' chests, man. Get the hate out y'all chest, man. Let this man, you know, tell Errol to get off the potty, man, and get out there and grow some balls. Take the training wheels off and fight this man. We ain't gotta have that debate. But like Ellie Sackback said on Brian Custer shit, that fight ain't. Everybody in the industry know that fight ain't happening. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know it ain't happening. Errol don't want it. Derrick James don't want it. He already said it. He don't think his mans can win. He ain't ready right now. So, I mean, ain't no point even talking about it. But a name that is coming up, man, it's hot in these streets is Yordenis Ugas. I can tell you what's going on. So, Ugas is the second option. He seemed to be the ace, or he seemed to be the relief pitcher, the Mariana, what do you say, the closer, Mariana, the Marriott, whatever, Mariano Rivera. He seemed to be the guy coming in. So, Yordenis Ugas, they trying to get him to take less money to fight Terence Crawford, and it looked like he can't be the option right now since Kell Brook playing games. So I'm not sure what the money looking like, what platform it's going to be on. I know they want to do Kell Brook on pay-per-view, what I heard. So they trying to get Yordenis Ugas to take less money. I don't know what less money is. Ugas ain't even a regular $1 million fighter. You know, when he headline versus Mike Dallas, what he make? 300, 400, 500,000. Maybe they gave him $1 million. So it shouldn't be that much to pay Ugas $2 million. Shit, probably $1.5 million. You getting a title shot. So I think he ranked number 3 in the WBO. So Ugas is up next. A lot of people want to see that fight. I don't mind seeing that fight. That's a tough fight. Ugas did get boxed by Miramon a long time ago, but now he with the legendary Cuban coach Ishmael Salas. So he been looking a lot better lately. He beat the last guy who beat Terence Crawford and Ray Robinson from Philadelphia. He dropped him, stopped him. He looked strong versus Omar Figueroa. I think he looked strong versus, did he fight Thomas Delorme as well too? So, you know, he been doing good. I think he got robbed when he was working with Top Rank. So this is a tough fight for him. And then he also beat Crawford in the amateurs as well. So this is a fight Bomac said they wanted like a few years ago. So they'd be getting it. So, or Yordenis Ugas would be a tough fighter, especially if he get Crawford to open up and go deep into his combinations. If Crawford keep everything 1, 2, 3 simple, and he keep Ugas off balance. Ugas don't punch enough, but Ugas can catch him in between his combinations and time Crawford. He might have a chance, but the difference between timing a Crawford and timing a Figueroa or timing a Figueroa in a Miramon can punch. And we do know that Terence Crawford can punch, so it's a little bit different. Figueroa, he seemed to be punching pretty better at when he fought Guerrero. Was it like a 54 or something like that? He brought a lot of power, but his hands is bad. So I think Omar Figueroa can punch. He just got bad hands. But really interesting fight, you know. Is Crawford gonna stick and move and outbox Ugas, or he gonna go to he gonna sit down with Ugas and try to bang him out in the pocket? But all you gotta do is worry about Ugas countering. Ugas gonna throw 1 or 2 shots at a time, 3 if you lucky. So this is a good opportunity for Ugas. You know, Ugas has been very vocal on social media. He been, you know, becoming the man of the people. You know, he been, you know, commenting, sharing our shit. So I got a lot of respect for him. I ain't really care about his views on some of the racial stuff going on right now. But hey, that's his opinion. I think Ugas got a good chance in this fight. I would be very, very shocked if Crawford, who has he stopped so far? Jeff Horn, Jose Benavidez, Miramon, Kowalski. So I'd be surprised if he get his 5th knockout at the welterweight division. I don't think Ugas has ever been stopped before. So if he knock out Ugas and handle Ugas with ease, that's gonna be very, very interesting, man. Because I don't think they ever gonna put him in the ring with Errol then. So I'd be surprised if he stopped Ugas. If he stopped Ugas, Ugas been in great shape, but Ugas fight at a pace. Once again, we talking about pace. Ugas fights at a particular pace. So, you know, he's a dude that takes his time with Figueroa. Even though Figueroa was fading, he a Cuban fighter like the rest of them, except for Gamboa that I can remember in the recent history. He can't take it up to that next gear. That's the problem. They so conditioned to be amateur fighters that he can't take it up to the next gear and put 3 or 4 punches together in flurry. That's what happened to Lara. That's how I ended up scoring Lara and Canelo a draw, is because Lara couldn't take it up to the next gear. He couldn't take it up to the next gear. And with Ugas, you know, if Crawford just outbox him, or if Crawford open up and he can catch Crawford, then I think he got a chance. So he got to get Crawford to open up and counter Crawford. Or if he can reinvent himself and start doing, you know, a barrage of punches, and, you know, then that'd be interesting. But if he let Crawford get, you know, comfortable, open up, and he can catch him with something to the body, to the head, he got a chance. But if Crawford able to step it up and it's no danger there, or he able to step it up in a way where he's still cautious, he still can avoid Ugas' counter shots, he should win. But I don't really see him stopping Ugas. But if he stop Ugas, that's gonna make a huge statement. And they know that the other side of the street, they'll diminish what he did versus Ugas. They're gonna say Ugas gonna beat him, how good of a fighter Ugas is. They're gonna big him up. And if Crawford beat him down and tear him down, however he do him, if he stop him or don't stop him, or if it's close or if it's not close, or it's a huge gap between them, then they're making an excuse why Ugas wasn't shit. So they point, he lost to Amir Khan. This dude just lost to Javier for Molina. But hey, it is what it is. Let me know what you guys think. Check out our welterweight playlist. Don't forget you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Twitter's the fastest way. If you got business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video requests, keep sharing the videos. Want to make a donation to the channel, Cash App, PayPal, description. Best way to donate is share the video. And don't forget, we got a Facebook group that links in the description. So if you need to reach out to me whenever, Twitter's the fastest way. Then IG, then Facebook. Appreciate the love, support. One time for the one time. We gone.